that adopted digital economies were able to generate more revenue and block leakages.
The state digital economy infrastructure project is to formally deepen the various advantages of ICT advancement into all sectors and making ICT one indispensable point of our economy.
It's expected that the infrastructure will provide ICT services to educational institutions, economic strategic centers, homes and offices in the state through cyber optic network and broadband connectivity services. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agmode, NTA News.
Now, after more than 40 years, Nigeria has reactivated the transportation of goods between the northern and southern parts of the country by rail. At the flag-off of the commencement of freight services at the Warri-Itakpe standard gauge rail line by the Minister of Transportation, Chibike Rotimi Amechi, it was described as a landmark achievement by this administration. Oyinaya Kalu Oka reports.
For years, Nigeria has been battling with the challenges of transporting goods across the country. Records show that it takes about 10 to 12 days, costing more than 500,000 naira averagely to transport goods from the south to the north. With this flag off, this now marks the opening of the rail line for cargo and goods movement in Nigeria. And with these 16 wagons of 96 gas pipes taking off from Warri in Delta State down to Itakpe in Kogi State, it will take just about 6 hours. Compare the time and the money saved when this is being moved by road. Truck movement will be minimized on the highways as this particular movement of 96 gas pipes by 16 wagons is equal to about 32 trailers off the roads.
The traders in Nigeria will no longer have challenge of issue of delayed.
It's going to boost the economy of this place.
Minister of Transportation Chibike Rotimi Amechi said the haulage services by rail will be extended to other states.
You need to cooperate with the federal government. You need to cooperate even with the oil companies. The development and modernization of the railway transportation has been a major focus of the federal government of Nigeria.
And at the same time, we are moving water pipes on this line on the narrow gauge from Eputemeta Junction to Zaria. And we have an offer about 1.8 million metric tons from flour mill, which we are working on.
The Itakpe-Warri rail line linking 3 states of Kogi, Edo and Delta State was originally designed for the transportation of iron ore, but redesigned to provide passenger service. Oyinaya Kalu Oka, NTA News.
Minister of Works and Housing Raji Babatunde Fashola has cleared air on claims made in a petition written on behalf of the Redeemed Christian Church of God on alleged payment to a construction company over the construction of Ifewara Road in Osun State. He made his submission while testifying before the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions. Dayo Ogunshola reports.
Testifying before the committee, the Minister of Works says the 2 payments made to the contractor were made legitimately 4 years before the life of the current administration. The minister observed that the road in question belongs to Osun State government, but intervention of federal government came because the project was initiated by a member of the National Assembly at a point in time.
That the ministry has acted at all times in accordance with its statutory mandate and is not liable to the petitioner. We are urging you to also hold that there is no proof to support the position that an unjust claim was made by the contractor or paid by the ministry.
The Redeemed Church of God, through a petitioner, had alleged that the Katil Construction Nigeria Limited had been paid 151 million naira by the federal government for a road it rehabilitated as a corporate social responsibility.
The intention is not to embarrass the government or to embarrass the Ministry of Works. After commencement of the road construction of the road by the Christian Church of God, if there were no information of further payments, I don't think they would have brought that petition. You can't collect public funds and your job is not done and you go home, or you go and trade with that money, you say it doesn't hear English, but you understood how to collect that naira.
The committee commended the Ministry of Works and Housing for due diligence. From the National Assembly, Dayo Gunshola, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Network News. Let's pause for some messages. We'll be right back. Do stay.
We just having a good time, and I'm feeling so good.
Where you did? I dey come now. You go see me now. You go.
Call your party and everybody, yeah. Make we start to the.
Where you did now?
You go see me now.
Everybody they dance.
Where you did now? Oh you go see me now.
You
I'm fine, sir. Even me a surprise.
Hey, where you at?
Hello, how are you?
Tell us one truth nobody knows.
I like to steal meat from my mama's pot.
Glow, the best data plans in town. Dial *777#.
The Deputy Speaker, Taraba State House of Assembly, Honorable Abdullah Ibn Haman Adama, the other principal officers, the honorable members, the clerk, the management and staff, heartily congratulates the Speaker, Right Honorable Joseph Albasu Kunini, PhD, for the conferment of Associate Professor and Chair in Management on him by the University of Vitesse, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Southeastern Europe. Indeed, such prestigious honor and recognition did not come to us as a surprise, considering the fact that Right Honorable Joseph Albasu Kunini has demonstrated extraordinary leadership quality and intellectual pedigree since he took over the mantle of leadership of the State House of Assembly. May the Almighty God, in His infinite goodness and mercy, continue to imbue Mr. Speaker with charisma and wisdom to superintend the activities of the State House of Assembly. Once again, congratulations, Mr. Speaker. Announcer Chief Mela Angu, Clerk, Taraba State House of Assembly.
Distinguished candidate, registration for 2021-2022 UTME/DE into Nigerian tertiary institutions begins April 8th to May 15th, 2021. Candidates are to check their eligibility for chosen programs and institutions on our website, JAMB.gov.ng, before commencing the application process. To create your profile, only one mobile phone number can be used by a candidate. To generate profile code, simply send your NIN by SMS text to 55019. A profile code of 10 characters and IBAS alert is received on the candidate's phone number for both pre-registration checking and purchase of UTME/DE e-PIN. Do not give your password to any person. Do not register twice or take UTME or DE forms for the same year. You can upgrade your UTME to DE at no cost. Direct entry registration closes same day with UTME, and there will be no date extension. Pay only approved prices by JAMB. For more details, check JAMB.gov.ng.
JAMB, enhancing academic excellence.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. We soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try, of course.
Over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension, active today, premium tomorrow.
His Royal Highness May Pataskum Alhaji Umaru Bubaram Ibn Wurawa Bauya the First cordially invites all to the launching of the 550 million naira Pataskum Emirates Central Mosque Appeal Fund. Date Saturday 17th April 2021. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue My Pataskum's Palace, Yarimaram, Potiskum, Yobe State. Special guest of honor His Excellency Maimala Buni Chiroman Gujba, Executive Governor, Yobe State. Chief Launcher, Alhaji Awal Lawan Abdullahi, Sirkin Sudan of Gombe. Royal Father of the Day, His Eminence, Alhaji Muhammad Sahad Abubakar, Sultan of Sokoto and Chairman, NSCIA. For more details, please call the following numbers. Chairman, Central Working Mosque Committee. Announcer.
Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Let the joy and blessing of this holy month of Ramadan be upon you and your family as you have your iftar and sahur here at our outstanding tent at Halton Street by Windham, Abuja. We have prepared a special Ramadan Kareem package for you comprising of 3 nights in our special suite, Shisha at the pool, activities for the kids and lots more. Let's make your Ramadan an exciting and memorable one.
Thanks for joining us. The military has lamented the killings of soldiers in Benue State and vowed not to be deterred by the incident in carrying out its constitutional mandate of securing lives and property of Nigerians. The Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, stated this when he led other security chiefs on a visit to Governor Samuel Ortom. Charles Abba reports.
The Minister of Defense said the Nigerian armed forces are deeply saddened and disappointed by the killing of soldiers in Constitutional Local Government area of Benue State on April 5, 2021, describing the incident as unwarranted. The minister, who also expressed President Muhammad Buhari's displeasure over the killing of the soldiers, said barbarism and anything that tries to make Nigeria ungovernable would not be accepted. He stated that for the morale of the soldiers to be restored, perpetrators of the dastardly act must be apprehended and made to face the wrath of the law.
Having seen the situation, we felt before we do any other thing, we need to come to talk to our soldiers, to appeal to them, to give them the sign of confidence that this work can be done, and this work in the process we can tolerate one another.
And when we wonder, the same security that were out to protect all of us fell in the hands of these bandits. If not for their commitment and patriotism, I know that they work under harsh conditions and difficult times to ensure that we sleep here in Benue State.
He pledged his administration's support and cooperation with security agencies to ensure those responsible for this dastardly act were apprehended and brought to justice, and prayed for the restoration of peace and security in all parts of the country. In Makudi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
Still talking security matters, Zamfara State Police Command has arrested 7 security agents and a medical doctor for allegedly abetting armed robbery banditry in the state. Zamfara State Commissioner for Information Ibrahim Dosara made this known during a press conference in Gusau. Haliru Muhammad Umar has more.
The purported involvement of some security personnel and other relevant stakeholders in sabotaging the efforts of tackling the spate of insecurity bedeviling Zamfara State is an allegation that has continued to gather momentum in recent times. Zamfara State Commissioner for Information Ibrahim Dosara, who addressed a press conference in Gusau, said the state government had received a report from the police on the recent arrest of 7 security agents who were allegedly involved in aiding and abetting armed banditry across the state.
The suspects have already been handed over to their respective appropriate security aid authorities for further necessary actions. We feel obliged not to disclose their identities as the security authorities concerned are acting on the matter.
Also arrested is a medical doctor from Kamara village in Isa local government area of Sokoto State for allegedly supplying military keys to armed bandits in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State, among other suspects.
You may recall that His Excellency the Executive Governor has recently said people would be shocked to know those aiding the dastardly act of armed banditry in the state and beyond. The revelation today is a clear testimony to His Excellency's statement.
Exhibits recovered from the suspects, according to the Commissioner, include some sophisticated weapons, military uniforms, bulletproofs, and some rounds of live ammunition, among other things. It will be recalled that Zamfara State government had in March this year announced the arrest of a soldier and his girlfriend who allegedly specialized in supplying arms and military uniforms to the bandits. In Gusau, Halliru Muhammad Umar, NTA News.
Governor Bello Muhammad of Zamfara State has approved the indefinite suspension of the district head of Badarawa in Shekafi local government area of the state, Alhajis Raju Namaka, for conferring a traditional title on a military officer who was recently arrested for allegedly supplying live ammunition to bandits in the area. This is contained in a statement issued by the Director General Media and Communication, Zamfara State Government House, Yusuf Idris. The statement reiterates the state government will not condone any act capable of jeopardizing the hard-earned relative peace being enjoyed in the state. The statement further warns that henceforth, traditional rulers in the state must seek for the state government's consent before conferring national traditional title on any personality deemed worthy of the honor. The military officer conferred with a traditional title by the suspended district head was recently arrested in possession of 20 rounds of 62 mm of live ammunition at the point of handing over to a bandit in Shenkafi local government area after he had collected an advanced payment of 100,000 naira from the bandit. Residents of Damasak, headquarters of Mobile local government area of Borno State, have been urged not to flee their community as government is committed to protecting their lives and property. The state governor, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, made the call when he paid a sympathy visit to the area following terror attacks on the community by suspected members of ISWAP. Mohammed Goni reports. Goni reports.
Said to be the fourth in 2 weeks, compelling residents, mostly women and children, to flee for safety as some residential houses and governmental structures were set ablaze by the insurgents. Accompanied by Senator Abubakar Kyari and other lawmakers at national and state level, as well as political stakeholders of the area, Governor Zulum's visit was to sympathize with the people and build resilience of the community. The two-day visit afforded the governor the opportunity for an on-the-spot assessment of damages done to structures and address the residents, charging them not to flee, as government is committed to securing their community.
We have over 126,000 Nigerians that are living in Niger Republic. We can't afford to see another humanitarian situation that will compound the existing situation that we have. We are pleading to the Nigerian army. We are pleading to the federal government to ensure provision of adequate protection to this very important community so that they can live in peace and harmony.
The government also assured them of more support to resuscitate agricultural activities and other means of livelihood. Senator Abubakar Kyari and other political leaders in the area took turns to sympathize with the people and urged them to remain in their communities as government will not abandon them to their fate. Also visited were Abadam IDPs taking refuge in Damasak, where a similar message was passed to them. The governor who passed the night in Damasak was also at the outskirts of Damasak Township, where he interacted with the residents who were encouraged by the governor's presence to return, having fled in the wake of the terror attacks. Some of them who spoke to NTA News, however, called on government to do more to secure their community to enable them return to normal life. As part of the visit, Governor Zulum also met with the military officials and security operatives, where critical issues relating to security were discussed. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Ebonyi State Police Command has intensified efforts to unravel those behind the killings of 3 police officers in Ize local government area of the state. Chika Okwere reports that 1 other personnel also sustained an injury.
And belonging to the Safer Highway Patrol Team of Ebonyi State Police Command were shot at Mwezin along Ogoja-Abakaliki Expressway in Izi local government area of the state by unknown gunmen in a Sienna bus, as confirmed by a press release signed by the command's public relations officer, Mrs. Lovett Order. Though efforts made for the police to talk to NTA on camera as at the time of filing this report did not yield positive results, the release has it that 3 personnel lost their lives and another sustaining serious injury. Meanwhile, some residents have condemned the attack, which to be brought to book.
These are security people or security personnel that guides us. I will say no to killing of any policeman. Their life too is very important and vital.
When you kill the one that protect you, Where do you want to get a protector again?
With the State Commissioner of Police, CP Aliu Gauba, ordering a full-scale investigation into the incident, and the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations carrying on the spot assessments of the unfortunate incidents, it is hoped that the suspects linked with a robbery operation at a quarry site in the state will be apprehended soon. In Abakaliki, Chika Okore, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy has taken delivery of its first ever purpose-built survey vessel, NNS Lana, in Saint-Nazaire, France. The vessel is to serve as a replacement for one which was decommissioned 10 years ago. Defense correspondent Naja'atu Tijani tells us more.
3 hearty chairs on the decks of NNS Lana, Nigeria's hydrological survey vessel, in an elaborate ceremony known as the change of flag, which marks her readiness to embark on her maiden homebound voyage to Nigeria. Represented by the Chief of Naval Staff, the Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, says NNS Lana, built in France by a reputable company which has built 18 Nigerian Navy vessels, will enhance the maritime security of Nigeria.
The Nigerian Navy, and indeed the global seafaring community, look forward to the services of this masterpiece as she begins her voyage into the seas.
Formally handing over the vessel to Nigeria, the representative of the French Navy, Vice Admiral Olivier Lebas, agrees it will further enhance diplomatic ties between both countries.
France and Nigeria are committed together to provide a dissuasive presence in the Gulf of Guinea and to develop common operational skills.
The ship has an automatic weather station, wet and dry laboratories, scientific and technical workshops, as well as operating and processing rooms for surveying data. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
Proper budget preparation, implementation and monitoring are critical in achieving sustainable development. This was reiterated by experts in the sector while engaging first-class traditional rulers in the Niger Delta at a one-day discourse on budgeting process at the instance of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Oshinachi Abraham reports.
Centered on the need for effective and people-oriented budgeting system that can be well implemented and strategically monitored by all stakeholders for speedy recovery of lost resources and sustainable development of the oil-rich region.
It is through this engagement that we get to know your pulse, get to feel the pulse of the people, we get to know the thinking of the people, we get to know the direction that you would have wished your commission to follow.
I've seen a situation where contractors arrived and deployed their equipment. The next day, youth came and removed those equipment and said, we don't need this. This is all we need at this time. That will be avoided. Conflict.
The traditional rulers who formed an appreciable number of participants described the workshop as timely and assuring, with the Commission's leadership posture on transparency and accountability.
Now they're trying to get things streamlined. One thing that is still missing, though, is that Mr. President should now appoint a board, a functional board for the NDDC.
I also hope that the federal government will continue to fund the NDDC.
The syndicate section was created to brainstorm on planning, implementation, and monitoring of strategies for budgetary process in the NDDC. Participants insist that stakeholders' needs must be captured throughout the budgeting process. From Uyo, Osinachi Abraham, NTA News.
BUA is set to commence sugar production at its Lafiagi Sugar Company by the first quarter of next year. The company's senior general manager Abdulrashid Olaiwalu made this known during a facility tour of the sugar processing factory and refinery located in Edu local government area of Kwara State. Kainde Omolosho reports.
BUA took over Lafiagi Sugar Company in 2014 and started the project in 2016. The integrated project sits on a 20,000 hectares of land with a processing capacity of 10,000 tons sugar canes per day, 20 million liters of ethanol per annum, 220,000 metric tons of refined sugar, and a 35 megawatts generating plant to be connected to the national grid. Accompanying the project is a 235 road network connecting 15 communities, 20-kilometer irrigation plant, 200 housing units for staff of the company, health center, and an airstrip. All sugar and allied investments of BUA Group are set to take advantage of the entire sugar production value chain. These are investments in sugar estates as well as refining capabilities.
On completion, will ensure that the sugar importation by Nigerians will reduce drastically, and that is the aim.
The one in the ethanol is 100% completed, both the civil and the mechanical, everything. We are ready to go for that one.
Atairu Sani, a graduate of mechanical engineering, was into petty trading, but since the project started, his life has changed.
After this project, I think if I'm asked to handle another project similar to this, I can do that.
This is the only plantation across Nigeria that has a sugar mill, that has a sugar refinery, an ethanol plant, and a power plant as parts of the plantation in itself. This is in addition to 20,000 hectares of arable land, of which about 6,000 hectares have been cleared, and about half of that under cane already.
With over $300 million investment in the BUA Lasuko project, it is expected on completion that over 5,000 people will be given employment directly and 10,000 given employment indirectly. When operational, the project is expected to boost the economy of Eduluku government area and that of residents like Atairu. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
More than 50 people are currently undergoing dialysis following consumption of hydroxylamine sulfate, which they mistook for ascorbic acid, referred to as Dantsami in the local language and commonly used for souring porridge and other local drinks, among others. Yohannes Hassan Barrow, who had an encounter with some of the victims, reports that findings reveal that 10 persons have lost their lives as a result.
An end is yet to be heard of the outbreak of a strange illness in Kano, with more than 500 people that reported symptoms of toxic neuropathy, including fever, nausea, vomiting, and hematuria. Abba Sharu is among the survivors. He battles various health complications and so far placed on dialysis 3 times.
Eat nothing, but now I will eat. I will go somewhere and buy some medicine.
Although unaware of what he consumed that resulted to his illness, laboratory results, according to medical experts, reveals consumption of hydroxylamine sulfate, a chemical used in tanneries.
The chemical was sold as Dantsami. Unfortunately, it's not Dantsami. It's not even a food-grade chemical. It's not fit for human consumption.
The thing that we now are beginning to see is that people are being affected, their kidneys are being affected. At the moment I'm speaking with you, in one facility alone, we've dialyzed over 50 people.
Increase in the number of cases necessitated authorities concerned to take more proactive measures through mobilization of environmental health workers to various markets where they confiscated suspected chemicals and expired consumables which were burnt to prevent circulations. In a similar development, people have been cautioned to be mindful of what they consume, especially fruits ripened with calcium carbide, which is a causative agent of cancer. In Kano, Yohannes Hassan Barrow, NTA News.
Time now to join Adiola in Lagos for more on Network News. Hello, Adiola.
Hello, Jumai. Good to see you. 25 property owners, tenants, and business owners have received varying monetary compensations as work commences on the Lagos Rail Mass Transit. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu presented checks to the affected persons after flagging off civil works on the Red Rail Line project in Lagos. Musa Toliat has the report.
25 out of the total number of 2,341 identified property owners, tenants, and business owners received their checks at the groundbreaking ceremony, which signals the commencement of civil works on the Red Line Rail project.
We didn't expect as much as this. Ordinarily, we have valued the property ahead of the compensation, but what we got is very near to what we expected.
We thank Lagos State Governor for what compensate people for this project.
The 37-kilometer Lagos Rail Mass Transit project will share rail tracks with the federal government's standard gauge rail line and is expected to be delivered in 3 phases. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the rail line will connect Oyingbo to Agbado in the first phase, while the second phase will integrate the Blue Line, water transportation, and bus interchange in Marina. The level crossings on rail tracks will also give way to vehicle overpasses and pedestrian bridges to be constructed by the federal government in Jibo, Ilupeju, Shogunle, Koka, and Agbado.
Our choices for an integrated transportation system is clear and is crystal clear. We will continue to search for every available means of funding for our transportation infrastructure to ensure that the deadlines of our 2020 last quarter and our first quarter 2023 becomes a reality.
Governor Sanwo-Olu, however, appealed to Lagosians to persevere as the coming days would see traffic diversions in some parts of the state when works on the project commence. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
The Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOWA, has inaugurated a mega shopping complex with more than 300 shops in Ojo Cantonment, Lagos. Dana Jale reports that aside enhancing business activities, the complex will also encourage entrepreneurial skills.
The project, with 170 open stores for petty traders and 150 lock-up shops with modern facilities, was initiated by former NAOWA president to create a befitting business arena for all, especially for those living within the barracks.
We have numerous programs lined up for women in the barracks. 3 of them specifically. One is the Waste to Wealth program, where we're looking at how to convert the waste in the barracks to useful items.
The cited members of the NAOWA who were privileged to meet their new national president, Fati Atahiru, went home with gift items. She and her team also visited the Nigerian Army 81 Division headquarters in Lagos, where they were engaged in an interactive section with the General Officer Commanding Major General Lawrence Fejoku.
We must think out of the box and look for very unorthodox ways of getting our problem solved. The important thing is to get it solved. So it's really, really heartwarming to know that not only are you thinking in that line, but that you have started putting things in place.
The NAOWA president pledged to do more on women and youth empowerment and assist in catering for both physical and mental well-being of Army personnel and their dependents. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
And that's the stories we'll have from Lagos. The news will continue after this break. Just stay with us.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN#. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
Everything nice, everything fresh, ready to celebrate, celebrate, make we come to here, call your friends.
first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifact for Panadol.
It is time for celebration. Oh. 30 years bustling with goodness. Eh. The challenge can never ever stop us. You can't underrate us. You can't underrate it. Bustling with so much greatness. Enjoy a world of
This looks different. It is. 8K video. Beyond cinema quality. So... You can pull portrait quality photos straight from video. But will it last the whole trip? Battery for the whole trip and the way back. This is different. Told you.
I've got no ice on me, but still can freeze your knees. What up?
Unleash your cool side with Mentos Fresh Action Candy and its incredible soothing liquid filling. Get on stage now.
I be the cool guy that you want, fresh guy that you want. Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, stay fresh with the Mentos Fresh Action Candy.
Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, feel fresh. Now with vitamin C.
West Ham continue their bid for European football when they visit St James's Park this weekend. This Saturday is Newcastle United versus West Ham United on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 12 p.m.
The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu in association with Gold.com.
You're welcome back. 53.2% of targeted eligible Nigerians have so far been administered with first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. This was announced at a joint media briefing of National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the World Health Organization in Abuja. Abdul Malik Hassan reports.
This briefing by two health watchdogs aims at keeping Nigerians abreast of the ongoing administration of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. Already, more than 1 million people have had the first dose.
We have been careful to ensure that only those who are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine in the current phase are vaccinated. These include health workers, their support staff, other frontline workers, strategic leaders, and in the last few days, we have also included those who meet the age requirements. We continue to communicate this eligibility criteria to our teams in the states in order to address earlier misunderstandings around people who are being vaccinated across the country.
The World Health Organization, however, says even though the benefit of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine has proven to be effective among Nigerians, people should continue to adhere with the non-pharmaceutical measures until a certain immunity level is attained.
WHO advises countries should continue to vaccinate with AstraZeneca vaccine, which has saved millions of lives and prevented several illnesses.
The National Primary Healthcare Development Agency says all those who received the first jab of the COVID-19 vaccine will receive the second dose before their expiration period and arrival of the new consignments. In Abuja, Abdul Malik Hassan, NTA News.
The current outbreak of a highly pathogenic avian influenza H5N1 strain has so far ravaged 40 poultry farms in Kano State, leading to the depopulation of more than 200,000 chickens worth millions of naira. Elizabeth Yila Lamido visited some of the already decontaminated farms and reports on the prevailing situation in the state.
The outbreak of the pathogenic avian influenza virus H5N1 strain has continued to be of great concern, with the number of cases on the increase despite interventions.
People should apply full biosecurities in their farms. Biosecurity is protecting the farm from external and internal diseases.
Ibrahim Ababadamasi is among the farmers worst hit by the flu, losing thousands of chickens, hence incurring heavy loss on his investments, put at millions of naira.
On that day, my manager called me and told me that he saw 5 birds dead. The number started increasing.
Poultry farms are expected to have a distance of 250 meters to 300 meters. However, in this particular location, most of the farms are clustered in one area, which could be a factor that caused the flu to spread at an exponential rate. From Kano, Elizabeth Yilalamido, NTA News.
And Mina is standing by in Enugu for the next set of reports on NTA Network News. Hello, Mina.
Hello, Jemai. Good evening and welcome to Enugu. The Federal Road Safety Corps Academy, UDI, Enugu State, has been in the forefront of training and conversion of personnel into corps marshals, conducting management courses, as well as engaging in other specialized consultancy trainings. These and other achievements by the Academy were laid bare during the visit of the House of Reps Committee on FRSC to the facility on oversight functions. The report. The 9-man team, led by the chairman House of Reps Committee on Federal Road Safety Corps, who was conducted round the academy by the Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, was particularly thrilled by the 150 capacity computer-based test center of the academy. The team, however, urged the academy to open the center up for rent to JAMB as a means of making money for the academy. At the 500 capacity multi-purpose hall, currently the venue of the ongoing conversion training of the academy, the chairman House of Reps Committee urged the officers to put the knowledge acquired for the upliftment of the corps.
The moment you are out of this place, we want you to go out and be a shining example to people.
The team also requested the Commandant Corps Command and Staff College, also domiciled at the academy, to furnish it with information on budget and expenditure to enable it properly access their progress and challenges, while applauding the Corps Marshal and the Academy for a job well done.
I am satisfied with what I've seen here, based on what the Corps Marshal and the Commission is doing here.
The funding is not that the funding has been so impressive, but the judicious use of the funding being released is what you have seen, the transformation of this place.
Other facilities visited at the academy included the medical center, the 450-bed space capacity hostel, the 500-seater auditorium, the stimulation room, the water storage facility, to mention a few. And that does it from here, Jemai. It's back to you for more on the news.
Thank you, Mina. Office of the First Lady of Nigeria has received with joy the news of the appointment of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Administration and Women Affairs, Dr. Hajjo Sani, as Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of Nigeria to UNESCO. A statement signed by the Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Aliu Abdullahi, indicates that Dr. Hajjo Sani has in the last 6 years served as the head of administration to the Office of the First Lady of Nigeria, bringing her experience in government and development circle as a humanitarian, gender and health education advocate, as well as a teacher, administrator and politician to bear in the smooth operation of the office. The statement further said the Office of the First Lady, despite the loss of her valuable services, congratulates Dr. Sani on this notable appointment and commends the federal government under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari for identifying her competence and the valuable contributions she will make to Nigeria and the world during her tour of duty. Sports update is next.
Many thanks for joining us on Sports Update.